Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching Fate the WINX Saga. This is episode 6 of season 2. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying the series so far. And last season we only had 6 episodes, so we're in for a treat, aren't we? Because tomorrow is the finale. Episode 7, we've been treated to 1 extra episode this season. And last episode was crazy, wasn't it, mate? You know, the girls are trying to get Muse's powers back. You know, she has lost them after being attacked by, obviously, the Blood Witches, the Scrapers, as he went to get Beatrix's body. She's still feeling the effects of it. She's obviously lost all of her powers, and the girls are thinking of ways to obviously get it back. Now, Bloom's come up with the idea to go to, and I'm going to say Andreas, go to Sebastian and offer him something in return to transfer the powers back to, obviously, Musa. Now, Aisha's saying this is a bad plan, and she could think of something better to do than put Bloom's life in danger, and possibly Muse's and everybody else's. She's come up with a plan. This crystal that Stella's actually got from her mother can absorb all the energy from all of the girls. It can all harness her powers and push it into the crystal, and then basically what Musa can do is take that and ignite the spark inside of her. She's using the analogy like she's got magic and she's just like a battery, you know, it's been drained and all she needs is that spark, their powers, boom, to ignite it, and obviously it brings it back. Now, they started doing it, it didn't really work, and then they turned to Bloom and said, look, mate, we need the flame, you know, the dragon flame. So she started getting it, she was forcing it in there, it seemed to be working, and then Musa panicked and dropped it and ran out and said, just leave it, leave it, leave it. Now, later on in the episode, we found out in a conversation with Riven that she actually likes having no powers currently. Do you know what I mean? Usually she can hear everybody's emotions, what everybody's thinking. You know, they were sat down, she was saying, look, mate, I can see the people over there, I know that they're, you know, not happy with us, but you have no idea how good it feels to be here, not listening to every single person's thoughts. So that is really interesting, because if you flip it on the other side, you know, Beatrix has lost all the powers as well, and she's obviously not going through the same kind of emotions as her. She's kind of feeling left out. She's passing information over to Rosalind. She's saying that, you know, without the powers, without the school, she's nothing. And I do get both, you know, both arguments. It's totally valid. But the interesting thing is, obviously, Bloom's fell back onto her original plan, and that was to go to Sebastian and obviously give him this book in return for information. Now, the information about getting Muse's powers back, he gave it to her, and he gave her 2 options. He said, look, mate, there's 2 ways of doing it. Either one, I get a scalper to extract the powers from me, and we take it and give it back to Musa, which is going to be highly unlikely. Or the second option is you just kill me. You kill me, everybody will retain all of their powers, and we all know that that's not going to happen as well. But because obviously they started the procedure of you know, trying to give the powers to Musa and put it inside the crystal, then it's still kind of, it's like a beacon, do you know what I mean? She's still kind of connected to it, and her powers are kind of like unpredictable right now, you know, she's still harnessing it. Now, it's interesting because she started having an argument with Sebastian. He started telling her about Rosalind and how she killed Farrah, started telling her stuff about her parents and where she come from, and Astrodel and his family, and how she found, you know, how his dad found Bloom. He also started saying that, you know, Rosalind, she's not on your side, mate. She's a bad person. The episode was, are you a good witch or are you bad? She ended up arguing, and then obviously Bloom's gone back to the school. As she's gone there, Rosalind's waiting. Rosalind's asked, did she kill Sebastian? She said no. She said, did Sebastian tell you some information about me? She said, yeah. Did you kill Farrah? She was like, yeah, I did. It was just over there. And then Bloom lost control, mate. She absolutely just exploded, mate. A big ripple effect, and then we seen it. And Rosalind's body looked absolutely burnt to a crisp on the floor, and that is how we ended. But I've got to say as well, Aisha's boyfriend, I've been sus all season, mate. I've been thinking that he's in on it, and he is, mate. It looks like he is a blood witch as well, which is very, very interesting. Can't wait to find out what happens in today's episode. If you do enjoy it, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Nobody can know any of the details of what happened at the graveyard today. Nobody can know that any of the fairies at this school no longer control the dragon flame.
What are those?
Torture devices to stop Bloom from using her magic. The crystal is why she lost control. But she discharged her magic back into it. She's not a risk anymore.
I'm afraid those were the terms.
It's okay.
Oh, that's proper painful, that, isn't it?
Convene a tribunal to determine the consequences of Bloom's actions. Queen Luna is making an address.
Rosalind Hale, headmistress of Alfair, is dead. There is a guilty party, and they will be brought to justice. Blood witches.
I knew she had to say that.
Kind is well known, carried out by their leader, Sebastian Valtor. Every blood witch following him is considered an enemy of the crown.
It's all blurry, like I can barely even remember what happened.
Rosalind killed Miss Dowling in cold blood. Confronted with her crime, Rosalind attacked you. You acted in self-defense.
That's all facts, though. That is not a lie. It's no, it's actual facts, though.
And I intend to prove it. Tough love time. This bloom, not helpful. If my mum sees some sad sack second-guessing herself, she will eat you alive.
We need you.
You know what, right? Again, yeah. I think this season has missed a bit of Stella, to be honest, in my opinion. But also, she spoke straight facts, you know. He took advantage of her. Obviously, they attacked Musa. They took her powers. They was trying to get it back. She was obviously rattled a little bit and her emotions were running high from the crystal. Sebastian took advantage of that, fed her information. She's come back all emotional. She's found out that her head teacher's killed her old head teacher. She then attacked Bloom, which did happen. And then Bloom's retaliated and just hit her like a, I don't know, whatever you would call it, like a sonic boom and killed her. Like, I don't know what more like you could say. That it's actual facts, and surely Rosalind's not the only person that can look into somebody's mind and get the vision of all that playing out.
How's Bloom doing?
Yeah, she's good. She's in bed. Nothing like being accused of murder to give you the time to catch up on Netflix. I don't have any magic, but I'd really like to stay at Althea. I just thought if I became a specialist...
Now's not the best time, Musa.
Why not? You can easily start her up on a light training regimen in our downtime.
What downtime? This isn't fucking daycare. No offense.
Wasn't clever enough to offend me.
Yo, I think Riven and her getting together, me.
It's going to take forever to make enough of this for the Solarian army. And then we don't even know if it's going to work on Blood Witch magic.
Roy seems convinced it will, and she has a pretty good track record.
And you promise we won't have to dig up Dowling's corpse?
No, no grave digging.
You're wondering what we're doing here? Let me tell you. We're just
We're going for a
Walking.
walk in the graveyard. Last time I checked, that wasn't against the rules.
You don't have to tell me what you're up to. Probably shouldn't, to be honest. But I'm on duty alone tomorrow morning. You better look sneaking by me then.
That's a connection we've seen there. Disappointing.
Still promising.
Focus, lover girl.
Look, I know you wanted to talk with me yesterday. Sorry, it's taken me a second. Things got a bit out of hand, and just call me back.
Oh, he is working with Sebastian.
You made it. Welcome home.
So surely Bloom's not running away as well. She's obviously packed up all her possessions and she's trying to bounce, but wouldn't make any sense. If you ran away, it'd make you look guilty, wouldn't it? When she's actually not. Everything that Stella said happened.
Dad, she's crazy. You know that.
Freeze. Sky.
I'm not scared of you, okay?
You should be.
No, he shouldn't, mate.
My emotions are what triggered this guy.
Can't even be in the same room together. How are we gonna...
I need to get some rest.
It happens all the time, doesn't it? Like, they push every single person away.
Call me tomorrow.
She wants a lesson? Let's go.
I told you, man, they're getting together. You can see it. Like, the connection was good last episode. I've never been a Riven hater.
Why are you being such a dick?
Any minute now, we might get called to an actual war. And you think you can just come here and in a couple of days figure it out? It's insulting. You could get hurt, Musa, or worse, killed. And it's dangerous to everyone else. So go ahead, play dress up. It's not like there's more important things going on.
I think it's probably best if the students think you're here to visit me.
I left water on the desk for your mum. Chilled, 4 lemons, sparkling. Remember you saying how weird she was about her water.
We'll get proof of Rosalind's crimes from Terra and Flora. And our coup de grace. A prominent Solarian and an unimpeachable character witness.
Oh my god. These must have taken you at least a week to get.
I will admit they weren't originally meant to be a bribe when I sourced them. Thought I could cook them for you. In like a date-type situation.
Francesca and I got back together.
Oh, that's a dagger to the heart, innit?
That makes sense.
To be honest, she dealt with it well, Terra, there. She couldn't have done it anymore, could she? Like, literally. At least she wasn't sad and upset and down. She might be, but she dealt with it well.
And this is your choice to have my daughter as your advocate.
Stella knows the system better than I do.
Yes, I suppose she does. But then again, I assume you know nothing about the system, so...
She likes you. It wasn't a no.
I'm fine. The tribunal's already started. We have
Sometimes timing is tricky, and...
I said I'm fine. Can you please just pour it so we can find Dowling's grave?
But just dive into that. She is right. Flora's right, you know, like what she's saying. But I also think that Terra's right, you know. Timing's not always the case, but she's like, yeah, I'm fine with it as well. You know, it's like time and a place and dealing with it okay. She's done well in that situation. Also, I was going to slag Stella's mum off, to be honest, but then she actually countered it. Well, not countered it, but she come up with the what else don't I know then? Do you know what I mean? I thought that she, like, what I dislike when you watch many TV shows is people come in with their own mind set up already, and no matter how much information, it's like real life sometimes, no matter how much information you get and you give and you show the evidence and you show and you prove, they already made the mind up before they entered that room, so it's not going to change. But she actually shown that, you know, she was willing to listen. So, you know what I mean? She said Bloom admitted to Silver that she did kill her, but what am I missing? Go on, convince me. And that's all you need. At least somebody's willing to listen. Let's see where it goes.
You're accusing Rosalind of murdering Headmistress Dowling.
And if it's proven?
Hearsay and speculation do not constitute proof. I'm going to need physical evidence. And neither of you have considered that Sebastian may have lied.
Well, he didn't lie though, did he?
Yeah,
Unless Rosalind or Farrah's not dead.
To you, alone.
It's a dead end.
Your Majesty.
Aisha, my time is limited.
I realise that. However, given how much my family have contributed to Solaria over the years. Bloom has felt different her entire life. She had no one to teach and support her.
So she's an outsider with control issues?
Given everything that's happened to her, Bloom should be a mess. But she's not. She's not dangerous. Trust me. I am, if nothing else, a very good judge of character.
That's not really helpful either. That's just your opinion.
Oh, are you dating Grey Owens? Did you say you're a good judge of character? But
He's a blood witch.
Dating a blood witch. That would be all.
She dominated him.
You know, you can never truly know what's in someone's heart. You were correct in your letter.
What she said?
Stella wrote to me a few days ago, asking to borrow the convergence crystal. And in her letter, she included a warning. She is a ticking time bomb. But Solaria is well positioned by my presence in her life. When she finally does explode, we should be able to use it to our advantage.
During our standoff, there was a moment where I could have let go, and I didn't. I wanted to punish Rosalind for killing Miss Dowling. The Dragonflame just gave me the ability to make that happen. I will accept the consequences to my actions.
My ruling is to place you in stasis, be re-evaluated after 20 years.
No, Mom, you
Do not make this difficult.
Someone's coming down and getting her anyway.
You know, when I wrote you that letter,
You were trying to get back into my good graces, yes, obviously.
was there any chance you were going to let her go today?
No.
Fucking knew it, mate. I was bigging you up a minute ago. They come in with the things already. Oh, shut up. It annoys me when they come in with it made up already.
So that's all I had to do. Play your game.
It's not my game, Stella. And I am sorry about your friend. But being a queen means you must look beyond things like friendship.
If I am forced to choose between my friends and my privilege, do not be surprised by what wins.
See, before we go into this, yeah, that's what I was saying. First of all, the show has missed lots of Stella. You know, she's been playing a small character this season, in my opinion. I think we could do with more. But I was saying a second ago, man, like, if you watch all my shows, I always say stuff and then it always just goes totally west. So I was saying, yes, she's coming, she's here, she's listening, she's given the opportunity, and she hadn't. She already made her mind up. She'd gone in there, no matter what was said, what was given, what proof. No, she was already getting sentenced. I'd be like, yeah, so I'm lying then. Where's Farrah? Go on, you find her. Go find her. Go on. Like, literally, because if I'm lying, surely she's out there. Go and get her. Go on. And the fact is as well, is that she's saying there, you know, oh yeah, you're the queen and you're the princess, you need to do it. Nah, it's BS, mate. I don't care about my role. Again, this is what I dislike. Like, the fact is that she's the queen and she thinks that, oh yeah, like her daughter's going to kiss her ass. There's no chance, mate. If my dad was the king and he was an arsehole, he'd be getting told he was an arsehole. I wouldn't care about the position and the rankings. Like, I wouldn't be bowing to it. I would never bow to him. Like, no matter how much I love and respect my dad. I mean, I'm not saying they bow here, but like in real life, they go past and they bow to him and curtsy. That would never happen, mate. Not if it was my dad. Like, I'd be like, you're my dad. I don't care if you're the king. Like, stop using a rank to try and define you better than me. Like, that, I don't know, man. That's what she's trying to do. Like, oh, you're a princess, you're better than these. So I'm not, though, am I? I'd rather not be a princess and have mates and not be a bitch. That's pretty much what she said. And I agree, Stella, mate. I agree.
Owe you an explanation?
No, just an answer. Are you a blood witch?
I'm sorry, Aisha, I knew you wouldn't understand.
I forgot her stand-up in court then was crap as well. Hers was based on opinions and no facts.
Didn't you hear Luna's address? Your girlfriend's roommate killed Rosalind, and they blamed us. So if there was anyone left in Solaria who didn't hate blood witches, they do now.
Bloom's given up.
I get that, but that doesn't mean we have to. Bloom is
That's
scared.
good.
So are y'all. But I refuse to live in fear.
Hey, you sure you want to come?
Yeah, 100%.
Right.
Besides, I've been sitting around all day, waiting to hear about the tribunal.
Queen Luna made her ruling.
Get him to a cell.
Let me go.
Get him to a cell. A bit savage.
Aisha, could you come here for a second? You still have the convergence crystal, right?
Yo, imagine if that was Farrah. Surprise, I'm back. Ah, that was interesting.
We take that for granted. That we grow up knowing who we are. That our fairy mothers will guide us.
Oh, who's this? Checking it's Rosalind or Farrah? Or real mum? Who knows?
Hello.
What the F, mate? She was in that
I
plan.
couldn't believe it either. And it's all thanks to Flora.
I couldn't figure out why the compound wasn't working at the graveyard, and then I saw my plants wilting, and it all clicked.
Super weird, right? When I
Interesting
realised what
though.
Rosalind was going to do, I drew on as much magic as I could and called on the natural world to preserve me. When I was your headmistress, I shielded you from the harsh truths of the world. Believed that positive emotions were the cornerstone of powerful magic. Rosalind felt the opposite. Bloom, should we take a walk?
You need to go to the... Yeah. Oh, I thought she was going to walk in there then.
I don't care what it takes. We have to find her. Not a word of this to anyone.
Pavani knows that Bloom's gone.
3 entrance points, 3 teams. Take out as many as you can before they know we're here.
Taking a life is serious. You'll carry that burden forever. The world is a better place without Rosalind Hale. What's done is done.
But it's not done because I still have this thing inside me.
You can't give up. And you must know that anything with the power to destroy can also protect. You, Bloom, have the power to save the world. Don't think about saving the world. Think about saving your world. The people you love, the people you care about.
So before this attack happens, yeah, so she's literally just come back, give a bit of words of wisdom, and died. She held on for life for so long to just give him a little bit of a life lesson. Didn't go and help her. Didn't tell the queen that Rosalind killed her, you know. All she done is kind of gone down, broke Bloom out, and then said, oh yeah, a bit of advice, laters, and then gone. First of all, how did she get past the guards? Because Sky couldn't. Sky went down there, got arrested, got put in a cell himself. Do you know what I mean? So again, that's weird. What, are you going quiet? You know what I mean? They must know you're there now.
They knew we were coming.
Not saying it's bitchy. Maybe it could, man. I don't know. He's twisting and turning all season. Her.
Took you long enough.
Could you cut the lights?
Oh, she's got her powers. That's pretty good, that, actually. You know what, right? When you look at that and see how many are coming into the school there, you actually, you've got to literally think, like, how is the school going to defend itself against that? Do you know what I mean? Like, there's too many of them. They would consume or overwhelm too many people. Do you know what I mean? Like, one, it's going to cause a mass panic. So, like, people are going to be running away and not standing the ground and fighting. People who are going to be fighting, some are going to get, obviously, like I said, overrun. They're going to get attacked, and when they're getting attacked as a man down, then that person that's next to him, they're going to panic. They might be able to get 1 or 2 off, and then another one's going to come and get on them. Do you know what I mean? So it's going to be mass hysteria. Like, it's going to be interesting. And do you know what, right, again, I actually don't mind Beatrix. Obviously she's working with the baddies, but I don't dislike her character. I think she's pretty good because she is unpredictable. Like, she is actually unpredictable. But I actually think that she acts it really well, and like she plays everything off really good, and she's playing all sides. Do you know what I mean? Like, she did help Stella, and I do like the friendship and the conversations that they have. But then I can also see it from her perspective that people are pushing her away. People don't like her very much. You know what I mean? Like, let's be honest, look at her, yeah? She thought she'd come into the season and spend loads of time with her dad. He's dead. He didn't even care about her. She thought she'd spend loads of time with Rosalind, learn, get loads of information about her past and her family. Not got it. No, she hasn't got it. She's finally got a friend in Stella, but the more that she wants to hang out with her, Stella can't, because she's got other friends like Musa and Bloom and, you know, Aisha, and they don't really like Beatrix, so then she's left on her own as well. And, you know, it's just not going well for her. But then you probably got him here. Do you know what I mean? So you think about last episode where Sebastian was telling Bloom that about Astrodel, the parents and all this stuff. Could have done the exact same about her. Do you know what I mean? Beatrix has always wanted to know where she's come from, her family and the background. Do you know what I mean? And who she is. You can give her that information. It's easy to dangle the carrot and people come and get over it. Do you know what I mean? So I'm excited. It's a good twist, you know, and I think the school's going to get overrun and overwhelmed. Now, I do suspect the school's going to win. Obviously, it's a TV show, and I wouldn't be surprised, do you know what I mean, if they just dominate them all. But in terms of a twist, it's unexpected, and I like it. Okay, and that's going to wrap up today's episode. Sets us up really well, actually, going into the finale, doesn't it? I'm excited to see what happens, you know, if the school find out, obviously, that Beatrix is obviously working with the Blood Witches. You know, I think Grey now, obviously, all season have been saying that he's one of them, and then it turned out that I was correct. But now I feel like he's going to go against them. Do you know what I mean? It's weird, that, isn't it? So, like, all season I was there, he's one of them, he's one of them. And then he'd done some of their powers, and I thought that was decent. And then, obviously, he's kind of, like, lost his kind of relationship with Aisha. And then you can see that he's, like, second-guessing himself. And, you know, Rosalind's dead, and can we do something different? He said, no, they declared war against us all. And then he's, like I said, thinking about this and that. And I feel like he's just going to come and he's going to help them in some sort of way. I just do. That is what I think is going to happen. Now, in terms of that Farrah thing there, I've got to call it out that I think, well, in my opinion, yeah, I didn't really like how they utilised her limited time that she had back, if that makes sense. So we've literally just seen Stella try and defend Bloom. And obviously the Queen, she's decided, no, mate, I already had my mind set up, yeah? She went in that meeting knowing that she's going to send Bloom down. Now, she tried to pull it out of the bag, didn't she, Stella? She was like, look, mate, we're at the graveyard now. Terra's there with Flora. They're going to dig a body up. They're going to find it, get the information. And we're going to prove that Rosalind actually did kill, you know, the last head teacher. But no, that didn't actually work. They ended up resurrecting something different, which was actually her inside. It was Farrah inside it, mate. But when they, you know, because it didn't work out at the time, the Queen, she said, that's a pretty hefty accusation. You got no evidence to back it up. You did admit to the crime. Time to do the time. 20 years locked up, mate. Which is mad. Pretty much a life sentence. But then they did get her back. Flora did use the powers, and she harnessed it from the crystal. She fed it and resurrected, you know, resurrected her for a short period of time. Now, instead of using that short period of time to sit her down, record, or ask her questions, what happened, do attach her, did you know, how long have you been down there, etc. Yeah, all she done is give them a bit of advice. You know, the only time you could be fully strong is by, you know, basically coming at peace with yourself. She was saying all the good and all the bad are inside you. You need to let it go. It needs to be, you know, kind of zen, and that's when you can access your full potential. Something like that she was saying anyway. Which is fine advice. And then she sat down with Bloom and she was saying, look, mate, you know, I know that you're gutted about killing Rosalind, and I know that you're not really a bad person, and you're just looking at this dragon flame now as being a negative thing and something that can hinder and harm the world. But something that can hinder and harm the world is so powerful that you can flip it and it could be a benefit to the world, and you can use it for good. And, you know, she's like, yeah, I've heard that before. Rosalind said it, yeah, when she stood by your side, yeah. Well, how about I flip it then? You know, instead of having someone by your side, just use it for yourself. Instead of saving the whole world, save your world. Save your friends, save your family. You know, save yourself. And then you give each other a hug, and then she just disappeared. It's like, what the hell, mate? How was that benefited? It might benefit Bloom in terms of the knowledge that she's acquired, but what I'm saying is, how's that benefited her in her case of proving that she was innocent in terms of being locked away for 20 years? You know what I mean? Unless I misread something and it's going to be dead clear and obvious, the Queen's going to be like, oh, made a mistake, yeah, go on, I retract that decision. It's going to be interesting to see, obviously, like, if she's going to be on the run, so to speak, in the final episode. But we also see Sky. He went down there to try and speak to her. He got locked away as well. They've gone on the attack, obviously, to try and get all of the blood witches that are obviously inside that castle or whatnot. Like I said, mate, already they knew it was happening, they knew the attack was coming, and with the use of Beatrix, they've managed to come in, and now they're going to infiltrate the school with mad chaos, mate, with all the scrapers coming in. So it's going to be exciting, and I can't wait for the finale. So thanks for checking out today's video. If you do enjoy it, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.